In today's video, we're going to be talking about the acquisition of precious metals and why I believe we still have plenty of time to financially prepare ourselves to the best of our ability. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about both silver and gold and why I believe we still have time. We still have plenty of time to acquire and to stack the silver and the gold and financially prepare ourselves and hedge against inflation and store value for the long term. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Got the brand new Lone Wolf collection out now, along with the even newer Consistency is Key collection also out now. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today is Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. The current spot price of silver as I'm filming the video is $23.82, excluding the premium. Slightly in the green today, up 11 cents, up 0.46%. And the spot price of gold is $18.0640. A slight green day for gold as well, up $12.90, up 0.72%. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is currently in the 75 to 76 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. But today, I wanted to talk about the silver and the gold. And as you can see, I have pretty much a decent selection on screen right now. I don't have anything overly different from what I usually have, but I have a little 1 ounce silver bar up here, 10 ounce. We got the Britannia, we got some Queen's Beast, the Kraken, the Aztec calendar, a couple of miscellaneous coins from different countries, some gold, some 40% Kennedy halves, and some commemorative 25th and 30th anniversary Canadian maple leafs. But I wanted to talk about both of the precious metals today, and I wanted to talk about why I personally believe we still have time to stack as many of the coins, rounds, and bars as we possibly can. Now, I wanted to preface this video by saying that there are a lot of people out there that like to say all this doom and gloom, and they let you know all these possible, potential disastrous scenarios that in theory could happen. They might not be likely to happen, but they could. And it's important to pay attention to the possibilities. That way you can stay informed. That way you can prepare yourself in a way that maybe you hadn't really paid attention to in the past. Maybe you can strengthen your weaknesses while also simultaneously making sure to maintain your strengths as well. But it's also important to remember that all the doom and gloom that gets pushed on us, a lot of that is just advertising. That's just marketing. That's just strategic ways of getting you to pay attention to this over here, because that's just how the human mind works. We care more about, we pay more attention to the negative rather than the positive, unfortunately. So yes, there are tons of sources saying that the spot price of silver and the spot price of gold are going to fall. There are tons of sources that say a stock market crash is right around the corner. There are tons of sources saying that the housing market is about to come crashing down. But here's what we need to remember. There is still so much silver and so much gold that hasn't even been dug up yet. We're still mining tons of silver and gold every single day. It's a work in progress. It's not slowing down. There's plenty of silver and gold out there that you and I don't even have the ability to acquire just yet, because we can't acquire it until it's been minted and it's up for sale. And it's not going to be minted and up for sale until it's dug up from underground. There's still so much silver and gold out there that we haven't even gained access to yet, and we're continuing to mine, we're continuing to gain access. And guess what? It's not like there's a mining shortage going on at the moment. That's something that we saw last year in 2020, and a lot of people got freaked out because they thought that there was a shortage of silver and gold. No, there was no shortage of silver and gold. Still, people to this day probably still believe that. There was not a shortage of silver and gold last year. There was a shortage of silver and gold being mined. If it's not being mined, you can't take that silver, you can't take that gold, you can't turn it into coins, rounds, and bars, you can't put it into the hands of sellers, and then you can't get it from the sellers because they don't have it. There was a shortage of silver being mined. That's it. Point blank period. The mines were shut down just like everything else was shut down last year. But there was no shortage. There is no shortage of the silver and the gold. Now, of course, they're precious metals. Of course, they're much more rare than other types of metals, industrial metals, or even the nonsense metals. Of course, they're much more rare. Of course, there is a significantly smaller amount of silver and gold that we haven't dug up yet in comparison to other metals out there. But there's still so much. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. I personally believe we still have plenty of time. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I going to say that we have a crazy amount of time. I'm not going to say that we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Absolutely not. Number one, because time is finite for you, for me, for all of us. We only have a small amount of time here on this planet. But in the grand scheme of things, there's something else that we need to consider as well. Because it's not just the amount of silver, the amount of gold that's on the table for us to take. We also have to take a look at the general state of the dollar bill. Now, I'm not going to go down the purchasing power diminishing rabbit hole. We all understand that. We know that the dollar bill is getting weaker over time. We know that a lot of inflation is going on, a lot of printing is going on, a lot of spending is going on, a lot of debt is being accumulated right now. We all understand that. We know that trying to make as many dollar bills and save as many dollar bills is pretty much a hamster running on a wheel. You're moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and moving, but guess what? You've gone nowhere. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that everyone understands that. So moving away from that, we have to take a look at the general state of the dollar bill, and we have to look at it from a different perspective when it comes to today's video topic. Do we still have time? Do we still have time to acquire the silver and gold? Yes, we do. But do we have time to acquire the silver and the gold with the US dollar? This is a slightly different answer, and obviously a very different question. From this perspective, I do still think that we have time, but I get the feeling that we have less time. I think we have a shorter amount of time to utilize the dollar rather than a longer period of time to acquire the silver and the gold. You see, the dollar bill, like I said, we know that it's getting weaker. We know that it's on the brink of inevitable failure. It's a currency at the end of the day. A dominant currency, but it's a currency. All currencies go to zero, unfortunately. The silver and the gold, on the other hand, they don't go to zero. And that's because they have intrinsic value. That's because there's something that's real. The dollar bill, that's a man-made invention. Of course, the silver and gold, historically, all around the world, it's considered to be money, but we did agree upon the fact that it's money. We decided that it's worth something. But at the end of the day, it's because it has that intrinsic value. It's because it's used in so many different industries. It's used all over the planet for all different reasons. I mean, silver alone, not even talking about gold, silver has over 10,000 different jobs. It's the most reflective metal on the planet. It's the #1 greatest conductor of both heat and electricity. It's used in medicine, photography, solar panels, cars, batteries, electronics. Silver is used all over the place. Jewelry, everywhere. Silver is an incredibly important metal, and gold is an incredibly important metal as well. Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's denying that. Because they're real, true, honest money. The dollar bill, that's not real, true, honest money. That's fake money. It's currency, and all currencies go to zero. So my idea is this. If and when the dollar bill goes all the way down during my lifetime, because the dollar bill, it will go to zero. I don't know if it'll happen anytime in the near future. The way they're printing kind of looks that way, but I'm not going to sit here and speculate. I'm not going to sit here and make any assumptions or predictions or anything like that. I know for a fact the dollar bill will eventually be a thing of the past, but right now, it's a thing of the present. Right now, it's still being used. You and I go to work every day, and what are we paid in? We're paid in US dollars, assuming that you live in the US. If you're blessed and fortunate and lucky enough to live in the US, like I am,
Get some!
we get paid in US dollars. And what a lot of us like to do when we get paid in those US dollars, we go to the store and we buy food in US dollars. We pay rent, or we pay the mortgage, we pay our bills in US dollars. Some of us use cash, physical US dollars. Some of us do it with a debit card or a credit card, which is essentially a digital US dollar. Everything revolves around the US dollar. And guess what? If we want to get the real, true, honest money, if we want the silver, if we want the gold, how do we acquire it? By trading away our US dollars. So don't sleep on the US dollar. Don't hate on the US dollar. It's a very powerful, important, and useful tool in the short term. Right now, present day, this week, this month, this year, the dollar bill is very, very, very relevant. But how long will it be relevant? How long do we have to use the US dollar? Unfortunately, I don't have the answer. But something tells me we don't have all the time in the world. See, there were two different questions asked in today's video about whether or not we have time. Do we have time to stack the silver and gold? Yes, I believe we do. But do we have time to utilize the US dollar? At the moment we do, but I don't know how long that's going to last. So the fact that one of the answers, or one of my answers, is yes, and the other answer is kind of between no and not really sure, you would think that both answers would either be yes, or both answers would either be no, or both answers would kind of align with one another, but they're completely different questions for completely different reasons. The reason I say that is because let's just say the dollar bill were to go to zero in November or December, let's just say. Just making up a time frame, just a couple months away. Let's just say the dollar bill were to completely collapse and be replaced with a new currency. Probably a central bank digital currency. So that every single purchase, every single transaction is put in a database. Everything's monitored. Everything is considered to be safe. No money laundering. No stealing. And if something does get stolen, it could just be tracked back down with a computer. No tax fraud. None of that. That would mean the silver and gold would go to zero US dollars. Why is that the case? It's because dollar bills are no longer worth anything. Silver and gold might actually go to zero US dollars because the dollar went to zero US dollars. If it gets to the point where it no longer has purchasing power, you can't use it, they become obsolete, then that means the silver and gold have gone to zero US dollars. I know that sounds scary, but guess what? It would then be measured in whatever the new currency is. Just like if you were to go to a different country. See, if you were to go to Australia this weekend, or for Christmas break, guess what? You wouldn't be buying silver and gold in US dollars, you'd be buying them in Canadian dollars. So if the dollar bill were to get swapped out with a new currency, that's just what would happen. It'd still be measured in whatever currency you're dealing with at the time. So two completely different questions for two completely different reasons. But guess what? Silver and gold, compared to the US dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, euros, pounds, whatever you want to work with, those are two different assets, also for two completely different reasons. One's currency, and the other one is money. So do I think we still have time? Yes, I believe we do. Do we have a long time? I'm not really sure. I know we have a long time before we completely run out of silver and gold. I like to assume that we have quite a bit of time to continue using the dollar. When I used the example of November or December before, that is not in any way, shape, or form my expectation. I believe we have several years, potentially decades, left of the dollar bill. That's my honest opinion. I don't know for sure. Nothing in this video was financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel has ever been financial advice. So make sure you're doing your own research, forming your own opinions, making your own decisions based on your conclusions, not mine. This is just for entertainment purposes. I'm just thinking out loud over here. But I can't help but wonder, what are your thoughts regarding how much time we have left? What do you think? Do you think we still have time to stack the silver and the gold? Because I personally believe that we do. Time will run out when there's no silver or gold left to mine. There's plenty of silver and gold left to mine. We're still digging up plenty of the precious metals. We still have years, decades left of minting new coins year after year after year after year. To put it into perspective for you, I personally believe that there will be a 2022, 23, 24, 25, 35, 45, 55 American Silver Eagle. Same could be said about the Maple Leaf, the Kangaroo, the Philharmonic, the Britannia, the Panda, the Libertad. I believe we still have time. How much time do we have left to use the dollar bill to acquire the precious metals? Well, that's really up in the air. But the main focal point of the video was to talk about that we still have time to stack the silver and gold. Who knows? Couple months, couple years might go by, and maybe the US dollar does get swapped out with a new type of currency, and maybe at that point we'll still all be stacking silver and gold, but we'll be converting digital dollars or some other type of dollar into the silver and gold. We'll still be stacking, but our method of stacking might change. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic, and whether or not you believe we still have time to stack the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Bunch of brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that.
And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations.
And of course, the brand new DYDSS Lone Wolf t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, coffee mug, and long sleeve tee, available in 4 different colors, and a portion of the proceeds are going towards the International Wolf Center.
Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again,
what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to the silver and the gold, do you think we still have time? I know there's a lot of people out there who think that the dollar bill is going to go to zero yesterday. I know that there's a lot of people out there who think all these terrible, horrible things are about to happen in the next 30 minutes. But realistically speaking, logistically speaking, from a rational, logical, objective point of view, do you think we still have time? Do you think we're still going to be able to acquire the silver, acquire the gold a few years from now? 5, 10, 15 years from now? Do you think it'll still be attainable? Do you think the coins, rounds, and bars will still be on the shelves at the coin shop? Do you think all of these websites will still be offering silver and gold? I personally think so. But I personally think that our method of stacking, or what we use to convert into real, true, honest money, might change a little bit sooner. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.